Hello, Faidat.
Hi Josh, how are you?
Thanks so much for taking the time to say hello and to have a chat with me. I really wanted to talk to you because sort of about just all the stuff that you're doing, like both with contact theatre, outside of contact theatre. I keep hearing your name all the time, Faidat. I'm having conversations with people in different places, and your name pops up, and I'm like, oh, there you go. But to sort of start off, I guess for people watching this who are interested in what you do. First of all, tell us what you do. Who are you? And what do you do?
I'm 21 years old. I live in Manchester. I'm a psychology student. I box sometimes. I'm learning how to DJ, which is quite funny. I'm a youth director as of recent, an ambassador for some youth clubs. I'm a trustee at Contact Gang, and I run a female empowerment campaign to help young girls get into sports.
Amazing, amazing. It makes me smile a lot because I mean, we worked together, didn't we, on your Empowherr project?
Yeah.
Like, well, I say I worked on it. I didn't. I just helped produce, but it was all down to you, obviously. I think that every time I see, so like that was a process that was part of the agency, which I'm sure you'll talk about. But it's just great to see. I mean, I was on the agency as well when I was 17, I think.
Yeah.
But it's just mad. Whenever I speak to an agent, a past agent from the agency, it's always like you ask them what they do, and it's a massive like power chunk of things. It's never just one thing. It's always like a variety of stuff. I think that's amazing. But yeah, I suppose what I wanted to ask was let's go into the agency. Let's talk about that. I mean, first of all, like maybe tell people who don't know what the agency is, and then also sort of how you got involved with it and what that sort of project was like for you.
The agency, the way I describe it, please correct me if I'm wrong, is like a entrepreneurial program for young people from the ages of like 14 to 25. And then basically what they do is they like help you kind of like produce a project of your own. It could be a project, it could be an app, it could be, I don't know, a show, like just anything you'd like, you know what I mean? It comes like genuinely from you for you to produce it. And what happens is there's just usually about 12 of you or like certain groups and stuff. You produce your your project, and then at the end you do like a sort of like den style kind of panel, and then obviously if you get put through you get a certain amount of money to, you know, make that dream a reality, which is really really cool. And just, yeah, I did that twice. Not the whole process I did it once. If I had to do it twice, oh my god, no. I did the whole process once, and then I got the funding again.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. What was the project? I mean, I obviously know this, Finder, but what was the project that you did as part of the agency? What was it called, and what did it consist of?
The project was called, you know, this is so convenient. Ta-da! The
Hey.
project was called Empowherr, gang, and it was for basically because I feel like I played a lot. I've played literally every single sport under the sun, and I feel like a constant like theme I found was that there just wasn't enough opportunity or facility or just enough effort put into the female teams or just like the female athletes in general. So I just thought it'd be nice for me to, like, you know, go back to grassroots, you know, athletes and try and help them get into the really good places, and if anything just raise awareness of the inequality. Because me being ignorant, I thought everyone was aware of, like, you know, how unfair things were in, like, you know, just the sporting industry in general when it comes to advertising the sport itself. But like when I go back to the schools and I do workshops and I try to raise, you know, I try to raise that awareness, they have no idea, like they actually don't know. So that's part of what I do. I raise awareness. I always have like sports days and stuff, so then they can play competitively against each other, because a lot of the time girls are told to like participate and stuff like that. It's a little trophy, you know what I mean? But I want them to like play hardball against each other, because when you do get to the big leagues, that's what you do. So yeah, that's what I do.
So so I mean, with that, I think you named quite a few different things when I asked you what you did. Like you've got the boxing, you've got the Empowherr, you've got the different youth advocacy roles that you have now, and being on the board at Contact, which is amazing. What when I ask, if I was to ask you, like, what's your first memory of any of those things? What like pops up in your mind? Like, is, say for example, is sport the thing that's like deep rooted in the start of you doing stuff, or you know, what comes to mind when I say that about first memories?
I think my first memories are definitely me just talking. I feel like a common theme, I swear to God, a common theme for every single thing that I do has to do with me saying something. And I feel like I always used to think I talk a lot, and I just didn't used to make a lot of sense. But no, it really does come in handy sometimes, especially when you're being paid for it. So when it comes to the campaign, I do have to go to the schools and I have to talk to people. I have to, go to networking events and talk to people. Then when it comes to, being a trustee at Contact, obviously you have to give your opinion and that kind of thing and try and help out as in as many different places as you can. When it comes to being a youth director as well, you have to be able to talk to younger people, you have to be able to talk to other organizations to try and get them involved in what you're doing. So a common theme throughout everything is just me talking.
What has been so from doing the agency, I know that you speak on the radio sometimes as well, the youth advocacy and stuff. When was the sort of time that it clicked for you that it could be something that you go down to make money, I guess, or at least to be one of the main things that pushes you? Like, what is there a memory that there was like a time where you go, you know what, I'm good at this, or this is going well? was there a time that clicked?
I think with the campaign, I for a long time was like, and I feel like when I realized I could make money out of it was only recently, because when I offered the services to the schools and stuff, I see it as a service to young people and stuff like that. And I feel like sometimes the sports faculty and PE faculty, they don't get that much funding. So I was adamant on making sure that I do everything pro bono. I did it for free. Like the young girls that come to the sports days, everything's free. They get fed, when it comes to me going into the schools and doing the workshops, I don't make the schools pay a cent. But recently I did like a development program for the campaign, and it was just like a lot of these services you should get paid for, if that makes sense. And I think it's a good way to funnel money back into the campaign instead of me having to apply for funding in different places and stuff like that, because sometimes that doesn't always work out. So, and it's something I'm passionate about, and it does take up a lot of my time. So number one, I do deserve to get paid for it. Number two, it will give the campaign legs, you know what I mean? Like, make sure I don't have to apply for funding just because I want to have a sports day. I have the money there from the money I have made from doing the stuff that I do, if that makes sense. And also, I feel like the first time when I got paid for talking, I think I was doing some sort of advocacy. I think it was something for Contact itself. I think we went to Bristol. I'm pretty sure it's Bristol, because I remember I couldn't pronounce the name of the theatre that we went to. I can't remember what I was doing, but I just remember it was lots and lots of fun. And I basically just got to do loads of workshops, and I just got to talk about whatever I wanted, you know what I mean? It obviously involved Contact as well in it, but they gave me like freedom to be able to, write the whole thing myself and that kind of thing. And I feel like and I got paid a good amount for that too, so a substantial amount. So I was just like, okay, I can keep on doing this. All you want me to do is talk for 4 minutes. I can do that. I can definitely do that. Even times where even times where I didn't even get paid, like when we went to Parliament and stuff like that. That to me was a massive thing. That is a memory that I don't think I'll ever forget in my entire life. That was the first time.
What happened with that? Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh, let's get into it. Basically, obviously, part of the agency, again, a lot of us agents were able to, because obviously the agency takes place in London as well, the Battersea Arts Centre. So obviously now we all get together and stuff like that, and just get talking to each other, talk about our projects and stuff like that, trying to find like similarities, differences and stuff. And obviously we had to go because Contact was having an event at the at Parliament, so we all got to go down, and some of us got to do like presentations and speeches and stuff like that, and I was one of them. So I basically just got to speak about my campaign. I definitely advocated for some of my the other agents' campaigns as well, because they have like amazing projects and stuff, like Yomi and Alex and Addy, like amazing people. Like they have just lots of good things to talk about. So I got to talk about my campaign and the work the agency does. And I think that's the first time everyone realized that I am actually good at advocating for Contact and the agency. So,
yeah, amazing. That's such a good, I mean, what a wild experience to think that, you were sat in Moston doing work in Empowherr, doing like sessions at the Mariners, you've got the side of it, and then the next minute you're thrown into Parliament to talk about it.
I was mad. I don't know if you remember, my nerves were up there, like my nerves are like up there, because I said, if I mess this up, like I'm kind of good at speaking. Don't let the stuttering fool you, because I like to stutter a lot and I don't know why, but I'm actually kind of good at speaking. But I feel like I just got into my head about it. Yeah. Now it comes to me doing the speech, I dashed the paper away. I said, no, I'm not gonna mess this. I am not messing this up. And I just spoke from what I had in my head, and that was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my entire life.
I want to go now into the fact that you've just recently joined the board at Contact. Now, for me, I want to know what your impression of a board was, and sort of what made you go for that role at Contact.
Funny story, I went for the role, I went for a role, not that role specifically. I initially went for chair, and then obviously I got trustee instead. I'm telling you, it's a blessing in disguise. Like our current chair, Junior, is doing such an amazing job, and he's doing an amazing job, and making me realize that I might have shot a little bit too far. You understand? Like he's doing such a fantastic job, and also the fact that I feel like being a trustee is perfect for me right now, because again, I do juggle a lot of things and stuff like that, and it will just help me kind of like learn a little bit, just understand what actually goes on in the board. Because like you said, like, I didn't really have an amazing perception of a board. I didn't know what a board does until I had to do my research for when I went for the interview and stuff like that. A board to me looks like a bunch of white men in suits making decisions for people like me, usually. But then I looked at the board that Contact has, and it is like, can I say, like complete. I don't even think anyone wears a tie. Like it's the complete opposite. Like completely, like it's very, very diverse. It's just really, really cool. And I love the fact that that's where the decisions are made, because I hate decisions being made for me. But if we have a board like that, I can trust you guys. So yeah.
That's amazing to hear. I mean, I think, you know, it's really, I love the fact that that's the case with Contact's board, and I love the fact that that brings up conversations of how things can be better within the organization, and how the work can reflect the people that it's like the work that's being produced by the young people on projects can be highlighted and brought up and mixed with the theatre side that Contact has. And I think it's really important that, you know, I suppose the board reflects the work that is going through all of Contact's outlets. I think to have you on the board is brilliant. I can't wait for those sessions to begin. You know, you've joined your first session and you've been meeting so far. I love that. What is Contact?
Contact for me is, I feel like this might sound really silly, but I feel like it's where my life actually kind of started, especially in Manchester, because I don't know if you can tell, I'm not a native. I moved to Manchester in like 2014 and whatnot, and I went to high school and stuff like that, and I didn't really get involved in much, but I feel like me being involved in Contact has helped me see Manchester as such a different life. Like I feel like Manchester is like now my home, and it's just, your network is Contact's network is unbelievable. Like it's crazy. So it's helped me build my network as well. Helped me meet like loads of different people. I feel like a lot of the opportunities that I've gotten, at least I'd say like 60-65% of them have come from Contact, or knowing someone who works there, or knowing someone who's associated, that kind of thing. So that to me, like I feel like it's the reason why I've stayed in Manchester for uni, if that makes sense, because a lot of the stuff that I do is here. So yeah. Shout out to Contact.
I do hope that like people can watch this and be inspired by the stuff you do, because I do feel like, yeah, I think you've got such a great energy and such a great way of speaking and explaining things to people who may, you know, want to get involved in stuff. So it's great to talk to you and to hear that there's still loads of stuff going on. And
loads.
I have to say though, like I mean, when speaking to random people from all different places, you end up, you pop up, your name pops up, and that brings me all the joy in the world.
I hope it's good things, because if it's bad, we need to go. I'm joking.
It's good stuff. Yeah. It is good stuff. But yeah, I hope that, yeah, keep on going, and I'll be seeing you in board meetings. I'll be seeing you around Contact. And thanks again massively for taking the time to chat with me today.
Anytime, Josh. You know we've got time for each other anytime.